Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Wiley. I'm the principal of Lauren Grammar School, and this short video is for the Primary 7 pupils who are registered to sit the AQE test with us in January. We're unable to give you the full familiarisation experience that we'd offer to people in previous years, so we've produced this short video just to give you an idea of what you can expect on each of the days you come to see us for the 3 tests in January. You should by now have received some information from me through the post, which outlines the arrangements both for the familiarisation day on the 12th of December and then for the 3 test Saturdays on the 9th, the 16th and 23rd of January. The arrangements will be the same for each of the 4 Saturdays, so very quickly you're going to get used to how we operate. Now we know that everything is different this year from it has been in previous years, but everybody is in the same position. And while we might not be able to give you the same full familiarisation experience as we would normally, you can be assured that we will be here on the 3 test Saturdays to make sure you're looked after and that everything goes smoothly. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the 3 test days will operate. First of all, car parking on the 3 Saturdays will be across the road from the main school site on our playing fields, and we're going to arrange for cars to be parked on the Shield hockey pitch. Now we expect a lot of traffic coming in and out, so we'd ask parents just to take care as you're entering and exiting the car park. When you park there will be prefects and members of staff ready to direct you across to the main school building, and you'll cross the road at the traffic lights waiting for the green signal to get you safely across, and then make your way to what we call the pupil entrance, or the top entrance of the school. Again, there'll be plenty of people to point you in the right direction. One of your parents is welcome to bring you across to the main entrance, but what we would ask at that point is that your mum or dad leaves you at the door. Unfortunately, parents, we're not allowed to give you access to the school buildings this year. What we're trying to do is ensure the tests can proceed smoothly, but that at the same time we're keeping everybody safe and minimising or eliminating any risk. So I hope you'll understand the fact that we're not allowing you into the school buildings this year. So if one parent could bring each pupil to the doors, again, that's where you'll find me, a team of staff and some pupils who are there to tell you what to do next. Whenever you enter through the pupil entrance, you'll find a number of sanitising stations. And what we'd like you to do is just sanitise your hands as soon as you come through the doors. Directly in front of you are both boys and girls' toilets. So once you've sanitised your hands, if you make your way to the relevant toilets, use the toilets, wash your hands properly, and then you're ready to go to your assessment room. Details of the assessment rooms will be published on the school website just prior to the familiarisation day. And if you follow the instructions in the letter I've sent to your mum or dad, you should be able to access the details of the room that you're sitting the tests in via our school website. It would be helpful if you've checked to see what room you're in before you come for familiarisation. But if you can't find it, don't worry, we'll be able to direct you to the right place on the 12th of December. Once you've finished in the toilets, you then make your way directly to your assessment room. You find your seat and you take your seat ready to begin the assessments. On each of the 3 test mornings, school will be open at 9:15, and what we would like is for pupils to arrive between 9:15 and 9:45. So if you could be here at the earliest at 9:15 and at the latest if you aim to arrive for 9:45. If something happens in the morning of the test, if you get delayed, if you have a puncture, if you sleep in, what we'd ask you to do is don't panic, don't race to get here. The school office will be open, so if your mum or dad would simply give us a call to know that you're held up, we will be able to look out for you and we will be able to sort you whenever you arrive, even if you're a few minutes later than you would like to be. So everybody in the school by 9:45, which means everybody will be in their seats by 9:50, ready to settle themselves for a 10 o'clock start. The tests then will last for an hour and 10 minutes for most pupils. So most candidates will finish then at 11:10, 10 past 11. At that point, again, parents, rather than come back to the school entrance to collect your son or your daughter, could we ask that you stay in your cars over on the car park on the Shield hockey pitch? Again, we're wanting to avoid large groups of parents gathering together at the school gates or at the school entrance. Whenever pupils are finished their test, the teachers supervising them will collect all of their test papers, and then they will accompany the pupils one room at a time, and they will bring them back across to the car park. So we will cross them safely across the road, we will walk them in class groups back over to the car park, and we will wait with the children until they locate their mum or dad and are safely in the car and ready to go home. So if we could just ask for your help in terms of all those little bits and pieces. One parent per Saturday, please. Parents going no further than the doors at the pupil entrance. And maybe even in subsequent weeks when pupils become more confident, that pupils will be able to walk across themselves with a member of staff supervising them as they cross the road. We had asked boys and girls to sanitize their hands when they come in through the school doors, to then wash their hands when they go to the toilet, and to be seated in their classroom at the very latest at 9:50. Parents, if you wouldn't mind waiting for us to deliver your child to you over at the car park at the end of the tests, that would be very much appreciated. Again, parents, don't panic if you are delayed in coming at the end of the test to pick up your son or your daughter. We will wait until every child has been safely collected by their mum or their dad. I say the same things every year when it comes to AQE. And if you've had an older brother or sister do the test with us, they'll be able to tell you that I told them exactly the same thing. The most important message that I give to pupils is don't worry. Now that's easy for me to say, and I know you've been working hard for months now in preparing for these tests. But all I want you to do is focus on the tests themselves. In terms of all of the arrangements, there will be a team of people here on each Saturday morning, and their one job is to ensure that you're looked after and that everything runs smoothly. So if you arrive and you can't remember what room you're doing the assessments in, don't worry. There'll be plenty of people help you find where you're going. If you forget your assessment card, don't worry. There'll be plenty of people who'll be able to look after you. If you've forgotten the pencil, if you're worried about something else, there will be plenty of staff here able to help you on the day. So hopefully that will provide you and your parents with some reassurance that on the Saturday, your big number one job is to get here on time, and after that, let us take over and use our experience to ensure that the tests run smoothly on each of these 3 Saturdays. There's a few things we would like you to bring with you when you come for the tests. We would like you wearing your school uniform. That's important. Even though it's a Saturday morning, we want you to be thinking that you're coming to school to work. It also helps us to identify pupils from different primary schools. And this year we will be putting people in rooms with people from their own primary school class bubble. So it should be familiar faces to you if there's more than one person from your primary school doing the test with us. Anybody who is from out with your class bubble, from a different primary school, will be seated more than 2 meters away from you to keep you and them nice and safe. We would like you to bring a couple of pencils with you. We would like you to bring an eraser, a packet of tissues, a little bottle of hand sanitizer would be useful. And that's what we need you to bring. If you would like to bring and wear a face mask, you're welcome to do so, but it's not required. That's up to you. But if you prefer to bring a face mask and wear it, you can do so. When you see me on the test days and the familiarisation day, I will be wearing a mask, so you can look out for me as I am now, but with a face mask on. It's important that you don't bring other things with you. You're not allowed to bring a watch into the assessments. There'll be a clock in each room. You're certainly not allowed to bring a mobile phone. You're not even allowed to bring a pencil case with you. So if you just bring the things that are detailed in the letter that I sent to your parents, that's what we need you to remember on each of the test days. And as I said, beyond that, everything else we will look after in terms of everything else you'll need and all of the other arrangements. So the most important thing is that you don't worry. The second important message is that when you come into school, you do use the toilets. So when you arrive, please use the bathrooms so that you're comfortable and ready to start the test. There is an opportunity for you to leave the classroom during the test and go to the toilet if you need to, but we want to try to avoid or minimize any disruptions. So when you come in, sanitize your hands, off to the bathrooms, and then you're ready to go to the assessment room. And hopefully that will be you through to the end of the test. Familiarisation then is before Christmas, all being well. So we have scheduled that to take place on Saturday, the 12th of December. That will really give you a very quick opportunity to visit the school, to get a sense of the layout of the school, to see where the toilets are, to see where your assessment room is, for your parents to work out where they'll be parking. But we'll have you in and out very quickly on that familiarisation day. We want to get people in groups, in small groups. We want to have them in the school for a short period of time so that they see everything they need to see, and then we want them safely moved on and able to head home. So the letter that I have sent your mum or dad details the 3 slots, 3 1-hour slots that we're going to run familiarisation, and depending on what your admissions number is, that will depend on the time slot we would like you to arrive. Each slot is 45 minutes to an hour long. So the first one begins at 9 and runs through to 9:45 or 10. What we would like is people to come in staggered throughout that 45-minute period rather than have everybody arrive at once. We'll allow you to park over in the same place you're going to park on the test days, to walk the same route you'll walk on the 3 test Saturdays, to come through the same door at the pupil entrance, and then we will show you the room in which you will sit the assessment. So you'll have the opportunity to walk along the corridor, to see your assessment room, to ask any questions that you have, and at that point, you'll make your way out the main entrance and back to your car and away again. For some people, you'll be in and out in 5 minutes, and that's just to give you a sense of how things will operate on the test days. So as far as possible, I would ask that people arrive in their designated slots, that we stagger people throughout the 45-minute arrival time, and be aware that if a lot of people arrive at once, then we will ask you to queue socially distanced outside the school. So if it's not a great day, make sure you've got a coat with you and perhaps an umbrella. And hopefully that will make you more comfortable having had the chance to see the school and see the room in which you're going to sit the test. So we're sitting in my office at the minute. This is one room that you won't be in on either familiarisation or the 3 test Saturdays. So what I'd like you to do with me now is come for a walk, and I would like you to I'd like to show you some of the areas and some of the rooms that I've just been talking about, so that you'll get to see and picture in your mind what it will be like on each of the Saturdays you come to see us. So come for a walk with me now, please. Okay, so here we are on the playing fields, and I talked about the Shield hockey pitch. That's the pitch just behind me here. So this is where mums and dads will park on the familiarisation day and the 3 test Saturdays. And there'll be people here to direct you when you come into park. And then once you're parked, get out of your car, we're going to walk up this direction, and there behind me now you can see the main school building. So we'll see you up at the traffic lights in a minute. So you parked your car, you've walked up to the road, and here we are at the traffic lights. It is really important that you cross safely at these lights. So what I want you to do when you get here, push the button. And wait until the lights change for you. So once safely across, you walk up to the pupil entrance. So let's go. When you come in, there will be a number of these sanitizing points, and this is where we want you to sanitize your hands. 2 sets of toilets. Girls, you're just to my right. Boys, straight ahead. And then most of you will be going to your assessment room along what we call the A corridor. So that's rooms A1 through to A10, and they're just down to my right. There will be 2 rooms being used upstairs on the B corridor, and those people who are upstairs, again, just make your way up the stairs that are behind me, and there'll be plenty of people to show you where to go. What I'm going to do just to finish is I'm going to take you along the A corridor, and we're going to find an empty classroom, so you'll get to see one of the rooms that will be used for the assessments. So the A corridor, you can see stretching behind me. That's rooms A1 to A10. I'm going to take you to room A10, which is the closest room to where we are now, just so that you can get a look at a classroom and see the type of room or the kind of room that you'll be sitting the assessments in. So here we are in room A10. If this is your room, you've already got a first look at where you'll be doing the tests. And you'll see how the room is set out. We'll have the desk straightened, separated a little bit wherever possible to keep people as far apart as we can and keep everybody nice and safe. The one difference you will notice when you come in for the test Saturdays is that we will have covered all of the notice boards in the classrooms. So they'll be covered with paper. But other than that, the room will be like this, and there'll be a little card on each desk with your name on it, so you'll see exactly where you are to sit. So that's a quick run through, a quick tour of the school, and a quick run through the arrangements for the test Saturdays. We look forward to seeing you on the 12th of December and getting a chance to meet you then. Make sure you come and say hello to me when you arrive that morning, and then we'll see you all back here on Saturday the 9th of January, ready for the first test.